Hey, what's going on, gamers? It's RPG here, and welcome to another episode of the 4DS Audio Podcast. Like I said, I am RPG, and joining me for this episode we have...
TheBadGamer.
Carlio. Damn it!
Well, we said that,
I was supposed to be first, Carlio.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I forgot the order.
I knew that was going to happen.
Sorry.
And I'm Mega Mario, everyone.
Yeah, sorry, Carl. Oh, shut up, Carlio. You're not first, so what are you talking about?
No, it's Double R. He's always first.
Oh, yeah, of course. But anyway, enough of the
top
tomfoolery, guys. How are you guys doing today?
I'm good. I've been playing a whole lot of games this week.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
anything in particular and exciting?
Dark Souls.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that game is amazingly hard to tell you. It's hard because it's hard.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to give more of your 2 cents when we get to the video game playground later.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna. I've also played some Rage, which is really good. Although I figured, and the story is kind of non-existent because I don't really know what I'm doing.
I see.
They really. I can only say that it's really vague about the story, and it seems to be non-existent.
Okay.
They keep sending.
Carlio, what are you up to, my man?
I've been playing some Arkham City, and some Arkham City, and some Arkham City. Pretty much all week.
So you pretty much were like me throughout all this week. Been playing some Arkham City.
Well, I started on Friday, I suppose.
Oh, I see.
That's in yesterday, but the rest of the week I haven't really been playing much.
Oh, the game's so fun. I can't wait till we talk about it.
Yes.
And Omega, how are you doing, my friend?
Not too bad. Really not too bad. Carlio knows what I've been playing on. Don't you, Carlio?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Sonic Generations' demo came out this week, so I've been playing that. And got a time with Modern Sonic of 155, although I can bring it down to 153.
That was the first day after the demo came out. He uploaded a time of 155. And the first thing I said was like, have you nerded this all week or like all day or something? Don't you have any free time?
Yeah.
Nope.
My footage of Kingdom Hearts was on the fritz when I tried to put it on my my video editing program, Vegas Pro, and I realized that every time that with PS2 games you should not rip the games from the DVDs or rip the footage from the DVDs with the H.264 codec, because that will actually mess up the picture quality. So I'm having to redo the capturing of the whole game again, but I have to use a different codec. But the problem is that every time when I upload those videos, some of the audio, well, near the end, will actually be muted or messed up. So I have to go into some sort of program to where I can actually extract the MP3, so I can import that as a separate file, and that way I can get the files to work properly.
Didn't you know you can do that straight on Vegas? Like, you can just
no. The
video track.
The thing is with Vegas, when the video, when I put it on the put it in Vegas, sometimes the audio has it attached, but the audio from the attached video, like I said, is either muted or just messed up. Near the end. So I have to go into Real Player Plus and convert the MP4 file to an MP3, or do the same thing with the Adobe Media Encoder or whatever. So yeah, I'm having to go through that process. But if it's what it's going to be, to get PS2 games to be put onto Vegas Pro in terms of making the LPs, then I have no problem with that.
Yeah, Carlio, you didn't realise anything about my Sonic Generations 1, did you?
What?
I had the audio problem where there was audio lag, and I had to patch the audio back into the video. I had to do the MP3 in Vegas just to sort it out and put it back in again.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
Well, anyway, guys, for those of you joining for the first time, the 40S Audio Podcast, we are a weekly show where we talk about the big highlight, which was the biggest piece of news from the past week in gaming. Then we talk about Retro Gems, where we talk about a video game or a video game series, a video game character in retrospect. Then we go to the big release, where we talk about the game that was the biggest release from this past week. Then we go to the execution, where we talk about a game that we feel that needs to be axed for eternity. And then we go to the video game playground to talk about the games that we are currently playing. So, looks like it's going to be another jam-packed show today, and I think it's time for us to get started with the big highlight.
Let's kick it off!
The big highlight!
Yay!
What he said.
Yeah, thanks for the cue, TheBadGamer.
No problem.
And speaking of the big highlight, since it is kind of big this week, the biggest news that we just found out is from the game Soulcalibur V, which is due to release in early 2012. But the thing is that Ezio Auditore from Assassin's Creed 2 is a guest playable character in that game.
Much like Link was in Soulcalibur 3, I think.
No, Soulcalibur 2.
Soulcalibur
on the
2.
GameCube.
On the GameCube, and Heihachi Mishima on the PS2, and Spawn on the Xbox.
Yeah.
Is that going to be this? Is that going to be their thing to have a guest character in every new game?
Well, it's a good idea. I mean, for God's sake, we could play a Star Waver in Soulcalibur 4. I don't see the problem.
Mm-hmm.
I don't say it's bad. I'm just saying, is this going to be their thing to, like, when we see Soulcalibur 6? Who are we going to get next time?
Well,
who could we get next time?
Well, with Soulcalibur 3, we didn't even have a guest character.
No, but that's because it was just on one console, so...
Right.
There's no need to.
Well, they could have done something from maybe have one of their own, maybe someone like from the Tales series or whatever, make it as a guest character.
You and your Tales games.
I love the Tales series. I'm a diehard fan of that series.
Yeah,
I would love to see Lloyd Irving fight against.
Well, he was in Soul Calibur Legends on the Wii.
Okay, fine. I want to see Kratos then fight against like.
It was on PSP.
Yeah, but still, yeah.
No, I think he was talking about Kratos from Tales of Symphonia.
Well, it sounded more like Kratos, like...
Well, yeah, there's a difference. Kratos, they go by different...
Tomato.
Yeah. But... maybe somebody like Rick from Splatterhouse.
That would be kind of awesome.
That would be awesome. Or they could have, like, Raiden, whenever Metal Gear Raiden comes out.
But there was also that rumor where... Dante was supposed to be a guest playable character in Soul Calibur 3 because Devil May Cry was still prominent on the PS2 exclusively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too bad it was not true, because that would be really awesome.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
That would have been awesome sauce right there. But
oh yeah.
But that would actually mean that Assassin's Creed and Soul Calibur is in the same universe. Mind blown.
Time paradox or universe paradox or whatever.
And how can we guess that? Because in the trailer you actually see Desmond log on to Soulcalibur V with Ezio, which makes no sense. But
he's going back in time, you know.
Did he secretly go to the game store to pick up a digital copy of Soul Calibur and then put it in the Animus and have Ezio digitally placed into the Soul Calibur universe? Is that how it went?
I would love to see that in the story. Like,
it's always
sneaked out. Desmond sneaked out of hideout just to very riskily, just to buy Soul Calibur 5. That's how awesome this game is. Oh yeah.
Cross promotion.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I think Ezio would actually be a good character to use. He has a variety of weapons that he can use, so I guess you could say he would be an all-round fighter in terms of the short range, the long range, the fast and furious, and the heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
also, we have
I was first wondering, like, how does he fight? And then, like, day after, like, oh, a video on how his fighting sounds. Like, yeah, this works.
Well, the thing is that if they're going to make him use all of his tools or all of his weapons that he uses, they're going to have to make like a button command or something to where you can switch between weapons, kind of like maybe like the D-pad or something.
I don't know. As I saw, it looks more like either you combo into, like, it seems his standard weapon is sword, which you have, and then if you combo into certain things, he's gonna, like, take his crossbow, shoot his. It seems that one of his special moves is with his hidden blades, which he, like, can.
Yeah, the hidden.
Summon.
Well, I wonder if the hidden blades would actually be more of his default weapon rather than the scimitar on his back.
No, I think the scimitar is going to be his default weapon, but maybe the hidden blade is going to be his finishing move. I don't know if they have that in
I'll tell you what move I would love to be one of his grab.
What would that be?
The double hidden blade into the stomach.
Oh.
I think actually, that would actually sounds really possible. That it's going to be
insta-kill.
Yeah, or one of his grabs would be, going from behind and just piercing their heart, and then they fall down, or piercing their stomach. Like when Ezio or when Altair is behind one of the enemies, he always could do that sneak kill where he just grabs their head and just covers their mouth, and then just stabs them through the heart to prevent them from screaming or whatever.
Yeah. Very graphic way of killing somebody, but effective.
Yeah.
Well, it is Soulcalibur.
I wonder if that would actually be insta-kill right there.
I don't think so. I mean, for Christ's sake, in the fourth game, there's a move where Nightmare takes his sword and with the sharp end to your spine, and for some reason he still managed to drag you. And the character's not clean in the middle. It's like. So it's not insta-kill. It's just like, oh, damn, why did you stab me in the back? It really hurts, man.
This is
mild inconvenience. Mild inconvenience.
This stings.
Not only was Ezio announced, but they also brought back Dampierre from Soulcalibur Broken Destiny on the PSP.
That was also just like, it's too bad that they didn't bring back him. It's like, now you tell me, it's like, oh, awesome. He was kind of annoyingly funny.
Now they're bringing him back, so that means there's going to be more crotch kicking coming out of him.
Yeah, that was one of his moves.
Yeah, when it was like one of his moves where he just brings down his opponent and he grabs their legs and just does multiple kicks to the crotch or to the groin or whatever.
You can just wait for the online convos, can't you?
Stop doing that move and kicking me in the nuts.
But at first, when they showed that leak, I thought that the guy was actually that one dude from Onimusha Dawn of Dreams or whatever.
Oh.
Roberto Fruiz or whatever his name is. The guy with the big huge bracers or whatever, or the things on his arms to make him very strong.
I barely remember that game.
Yeah, it's quite an old game, but it would have actually been cool to possibly see some of those characters, as guest characters in the Soulcalibur games, the Onimusha characters, because they actually would fit into the timeline very well.
Yeah.
I
mean, heck, there's like a lot of people we can consider as guest characters.
The same with Super Smash Bros. Pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when Soulcalibur 3 came out, I always had high hopes that, since Namco managed to forge the relationship with Bandai, that they would try to get in some of their own anime characters as guest characters. You know, like maybe Inuyasha and Sesshomaru, since Inuyasha was popular at the time.
Inuyasha!
Yeah.
Kagame! Like, what the
Yeah, I always had high hopes for that, but thank God for character creation.
Yeah, I hope it's better this time.
Yeah, I hope it's a bit more diversified, like putting in like the height and doing all the facial features and like.
The thing is, I like the character creation in the third. I hated the fourth because this one the clothes had effects, and if you want to have like good maximize the effects of the characters. Like, when you're going to equip them with, like, nullify ring out S, which means you can barely ring out, so no one can throw you out. It's like, your characters start to look really, really, really stupid. And if you want to bitch and try to make a cool look, it's like, all of a sudden, the character has nothing. You can barely equip him with anything.
Right.
And that's the thing, I mean, character creation should be like, oh, you're free to do whatever you want with your character. And it's like, no, I'm forced to make my character look extremely stupid.
I'm still waiting to see Ryu Hayabusa as a guest character.
Yeah.
Oh man,
the dragon
he'll murder
sword.
everybody.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Oh yeah.
So I think the problem is that he's already in Dead or Alive.
Well,
I
yeah,
think.
but still.
Oh, so that didn't hinder
Heihachi.
Heihachi. That didn't hinder Heihachi.
Yep, he's got a point there.
I suppose. That would be
point
fun.
is-
Imagine Azuna dropping. What's her name?
Yeah, Izuna drop.
Yeah,
Yep.
Azuna drop Taki or.
Oh,
Oh,
Ryu,
Yeah.
you naughty, naughty guy.
I thought I was the one who was supposed to do that.
She has jiggle physics, Taki.
Hmm.
If you know
Everything.
what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
If you know what I'm saying, winch, nug, nug.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And she has a very tight ninja suit. I mean, it makes her almost look like a superhero in a sense.
Okay. Back to topic before Double RPG makes this an explicit episode.
Oh, don't worry, it's not that explicit. So, if it was explicit, I would probably be already yelling out the swear words. So,
Same here.
yeah. But don't worry, I won't
that's
delve
good.
way too far into that. But Ezio Auditore, I mean, of course we're gonna hear Roger Craig Smith doing his voice, since he's the current voice of Sonic and all. But yeah, and the current voice of Ezio too. So, yep, you can guarantee to hear his presence in his game as well. So, I think Ezio is actually a good addition for a guest character. I mean, we had Vader and Yoda in the fourth game, which I actually thought was kind of interesting, but
Stupid in my opinion, because they had nothing to do with that type of theme.
Right.
Yes, even Starkiller. Oh, Starkiller was also cheap.
oh yeah, Star Killer, I forgot about him. But Ezio, he seems to be a bit more prominent. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope
Yeah.
he is somewhat balanced. It isn't because he's guest character he gets to be OP.
Yeah, I hope they don't OP him because, then lots of people are going to use him and then they'd be like, okay, you're just quit. They're going to have to,
Nerf him.
put out lots of patches to dumb down his character or whatever to make him a bit weaker.
To nerf him, yeah.
Yeah, nerf him. But I think this game is going to hold a lot of potential, in order to recapture my likeness of the series, and it's
Well, it's one of the few. Same here. I mean, it's one of the few fighting games I still play because they don't screw me over.
oh yeah, absolutely, it's
Yeah.
definitely the best 3D fighting game in my opinion.
I'm looking at you, Capcom.
Well, yeah. I think the only reason I love Soulcalibur is because my Dreamcast days, that was one of the games I had for it.
Uh-huh.
Like the original Soulcalibur. Then I had Calibur 2 on GameCube, tried 3 on PlayStation, didn't like it. bought 4 on Xbox, and yeah. So,
Okay.
so 5, Namco, do a fantastic job with it, guys.
Yeah, I hope you guys do, because you guys definitely need to fix up your financial situation, or your financial crisis that you've been having since last year or whatever. So, yeah, definitely hats off to you guys, because we'll definitely have to give Soulcalibur V a buy, it looks like, because it still looks epic.
Yes.
Okay, guys, I think that will conclude our talk on the big highlight. Now it's time to go to Retro Gems.
Retro Gems.
Let's rock.
Let's rock!
This party's getting crazy.
It's time to get this party started! And yes, evidently
If
so.
you haven't
because-
figured out what we're quoting, then stop listening and go away. Click the X.
Yes.
Click the X on the window.
Yeah, exactly. But the game that, or the series that we're talking about in Retro Gems is Devil May Cry, and to continue this tradition of, you know, October and things being scary since it's getting close to Halloween, we might as well talk about something that has a bit of a gothic overtone to it, and that is Devil May Cry.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Jackpot.
yeah.
Jackpot, guys. Now this game, the first game it released back in 2001, it was definitely another one of Hideki Kamiya's breakthrough games to make a really popular series to this day, even still. And it pretty much was the game that revolutionized the hack and slash genre back then.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you done all these crazy things to, you know, just tear your enemies into shreds, and you and it even the controls were just superb, and it's just there's a lot of stuff that we could talk about for, you know, how the game, you know, how the first game revolutionized the genre, but my God, it still holds a really big place in my heart to this day.
Yeah, it's an amazing game. Almost, but it's still pretty low on the list when it comes. It may revolutionize, but also the weakest in the line.
Yeah, it could be the semi-weakest. Well, I wasn't really a fan of the control scheme in the first game, but okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Devil May Cry 1, I would definitely say, even though I wasn't really a big fan of the controls, it was a great start regardless.
Oh yeah.
And, I mean, the character Dante, or the character design for Dante, it was definitely a trademark character design. And yes, I'm talking to you, Capcom, for what you did to Dante what you're doing to Dante in the reboot.
Oh.
Yeah, I hate you guys so much.
Yes. And,
Actually, I don't hate really Capcom. I just hate Ninja Theory for what they are doing, especially the director. Oh, they don't understand me, so screw them.
Well,
It's my face on the character. I'm awesome.
well, it's kind of hard to say because
Yeah, I know, but still, when he's acting like that, it's kind of hard to try to. Yeah, it's might be a good game, and you always think about he's thinking that you're stupid enough, not enough, but stupid.
Well, I
because
mean, what I was saying is that I wouldn't really put it past Ninja Theory in terms of, like, storytelling and gameplay, because they've actually been doing really well with Heavenly Sword and Enslaved Odyssey to the West, so I wouldn't really put it past them with this game, so...
I'm not, but it's still, I'm kind of hating what he looks like. He looks nothing like.
The character design I'm still not a big fan of, you know, with putting Tamim Antonionade's mug for Dante, but maybe it is Dante, or maybe it isn't. It actually could be his father. We never know, since the whole thing is a reboot, so it actually could be, you know, telling, like, starting the story over from scratch, like, more of an origin story, rather.
I mean, I'm fine with it. I mean, in that case, just the character's like adopted. That's the thing that bothers me. And and the thing is, I'm going to play this character, and I need to And if I don't like it, then how am I gonna enjoy the game? Of course, I'm still gonna buy it and see how I think of it, because sure, maybe when I play the game, I get an entirely different opinion on him.
I mean, I was kind of the same way with Metal Gear Solid 3. When you played the character Snake, it made you think, oh, cool, I get to play a Solid Snake in the jungle, but at the end, when you found out that you were actually playing Big Boss, you were like, okay, no, I actually really like this character a whole lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they could have a surprise up their sleeve, but we never know. I mean, it's still too early to say, but... Okay, the next game that came out after the first game was Devil May Cry 2, and I have to say that has to be the weakest of the series.
Yeah.
Not only
I
weak,
agree with that one.
the worst one.
Well, of course, when I said weakest, that means, yeah, the worst.
Yeah, I know, but weakest is just a fine way to say worst.
Yeah, the worst entry. The combat is just shoddy. The difficulty was dumbed down significantly. The stylish, the flashiness of the combat was just, hardly
the story,
there. Yeah,
the story was non-existing. The character barely talked.
Yeah, I mean, the story kind of felt like it was more towards Dante's Inferno, the poem or whatever. You know, in terms of, you know,
how it acted out. And
how it acted out, because, you know, at the end, Dante pretty much is stuck in hell, kind of like, or stuck in purgatory, kind of like Dante Alighieri in Dante's Inferno.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
by
okay...
the way, Capcom, I want Devil May Cry 5, which continued from the second one. Please!
Will you beat yourself out of hell? That sounds cool.
Yeah, because he definitely needs to get out of hell. What is he going to do next? Is he going to fight the angels in Paradiso?
Yes.
Where he meet Bayonetta. Oh, that would be an awesome game.
Oh, yeah, Dante and Bayonetta cross over to do a crossover game. That actually would be pretty cool. And I wonder if Hideki Kamiya would actually give his approval to do that.
I think he would.
Yeah, since he pretty much created the character Dante in Devil May Cry, and he pretty much created Bayonetta, so I don't see why not. I'm sure, you know, he could work out something with Capcom in order to do a crossover game, but who knows?
Yeah, I'd buy that.
Yeah, I definitely think that would be lots, you know, that would be what lots of fans of, you know, Hideki Kamiya would be interested in if something like that were to happen. So, yeah, I agree.
But the thing is...
Right?
Yeah,
this is going to be the catch. If only Platinum Games do it.
Yes, I have to agree with that.
Capcom can publish it, but developing, sorry Ninja Theory, but if you're going to do a crossover with Dante and Bayonetta, it has to be done by the guys who mainly know what they're doing with the Devil May Cry franchise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why Bayonetta was as strong as any Devil May Cry game.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the kicker. It's Capcom.
Right.
They haven't released anything new in so long.
Except for Asher's Wrath that's coming out.
Except for Asher's Wrath, which
haven't even been released yet.
No,
Yeah.
but the thing is, doing something what fans want? What are you thinking? Capcom, I mean... Not Capcom would actually do that.
No, we don't. Don't let your rage get to you, Bad Gamer.
Save it for another episode with reacts of Capcom.
I mean, we don't need.
It
was really sad. I mean, it was really shocking to. I mean, it was really just amazing how you unleashed your, your rage when Capcom canceled Mega Man Legends 3, even though that fan.
Actually, I'm pissed at them more. I'm pissed that they're constantly pumping up fighting games. It's not a new number, no, but just an update of the old one, of the same game. All
right, Bad Gamer. If you're going to start raging, we're going to be here for an hour.
I'm not.
Yeah, and we're not going to get any more Devil May Cry talking.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop here. Just.
But I'll end that rant off on one note. Capcom, I'm not going to be buying Dragon's Dogma. I mean, give me Breath of Fire 6. That's all I ask for. I know you're borrowing elements from I know you're borrowing elements from Breath of Fire into Dragon's Dogma, but I want a true Breath of Fire sequel, not Dragon's Dogma, because that looks more like Dragon Age Origins to me, or Dark Souls, or Demon Souls, or whatever.
Oh.
And a quick one, Capcom, please make. I really want Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
I really want it.
Okay,
You'll be
enough
getting
of our
my
rant.
Not getting anything.
Okay,
Other
and
than it's either A, get on with Devil May Cry 2,
Yeah, back to
or-
Devil May
Next game.
Cry, and
next game.
the next game in the series is probably my favorite one, is
The
Devil May
best?
Cry 3, Dante's Awakening.
Or if you have the special edition.
I
Which one
prefer
is
more
more?
the special edition, because Dante's Awakening, the original, oh my god, it was balls to the walls hard. Made by masochists, that's all I gotta say.
I just like it because you get to play as Virgil. I really like his Dark Slayer fighting style.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he had a good fighting style. I mean, he pretty much played like Dante, but you only had like 3 weapons, but it was still pretty good fighting style he had.
I'll tell you what fighting style I like. Doppelganger.
I like Trickster. I always go with Trickster.
I always go for like Sword Slayer or whatever, Sword Master.
I go with Trickster because I like where you can teleport dash, and
Yeah.
when you upgrade you get like a triple dash. I'm basically like Mexican jumping bean. I'm always on the move. I always move, manage to build up huge combos and rack up in the stylish.
Carlo,
Yeah.
you're not even saying much.
Well,
Oh,
it's
I
obviously,
take it it's
don't
another
thi-
series you haven't even played yet.
I played more of this than the latest ones, I think. Wait, which was the latest one? I don't remember. Well, I played the demo of Devil May Cry 4, but you know that was a long time ago.
I was gonna
Really
say-
to say.
Well, again,
only-
the first time I even heard of Devil May Cry was probably Devil May Cry 4, and haven't really been into the series. I mean, Dante looks cool and all, but in all honesty, I haven't really found any games in the Devil May Cry series that I didn't find any games in Devil May Cry series, probably because they're so good.
Mm-hmm.
If I find any, I will buy them, of course.
I see.
Well, you got-
or
well, you
just
got-
wait for the HD collection, Carlio. That's the best answer.
Oh yeah, HD collection.
Oh, yes.
Exactly. When you get the chance, buy the HD and play it.
Yeah.
But Devil May Cry 3, I definitely think it was a true return to form from the first game, and the weapons were actually a lot better that you obtained from the bosses. So I always
Yeah, Nevin the guitar. Yeah.
I usually went with the Cerberus.
the
weapon.
Cerberus nunchucks or whatever.
Yeah, I went with the Cerberus and Rebellion's sword. I managed to combo really high with that.
I actually like the twin blades.
Yeah.
That was-
I'll tell you what. They are my favourite way to get in a combo on Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I can fight with Dante on there because I know every weapon skill from number 3.
Ah,
So I know how to use Cerberus and I can't remember how their names are. All the weapons, Nevan, easy.
it was also the first game where you heard Ruben Langdon doing the voice, and he still voices Dante to this day.
Which I really like because I like that voice. It's just a perfect of snarkiness and awesomeness.
Yeah, and he even voiced Dante in the anime.
Oh yeah, that it did. And that is really good also. Even though it's really short
Even though it was short, I mean...
and basically non-existent because it stands on its own.
Well,
No,
actually,
it
it's actually existent because it takes place between Devil May Cry 1 and 4.
Yeah, because
yeah, I
at
know
the
that.
end, Lady, I think it is, says to Dante, you're needed in the place of 4, and then they just drive there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but it was a good anime also.
so that's gonna tie us into Devil May Cry 4. I
Yeah,
reckon.
let's get on to DMC4. And Devil May Cry 4, I definitely think it was another stellar entry, but maybe not as stellar as the first game, but still really good, regardless.
They pulled a Metal Gear Solid 2!
Actually,
Yeah.
I think they would... I think they actually pulled more of a of a Resident Evil Code Veronica, because you start off playing half of the game as one character, but then you play the other half as Dante. But then in the last 2 missions, you go back to the character you were playing as at the beginning.
Yeah, but what I mean is people expected Dante, and we get Nero.
Yeah, but I don't find a problem with Nero. I mean,
No, I don't find probably. I like his.
His arm's cool.
Yeah.
He was a really easy character to use. I mean, he was really good at racking up combos to make sure he would always get into the stylish faction in his fighting style.
Oh yeah, I mean,
especially using his arm to grab enemies and such.
Especially if you manage to bring it up to its longest reach, which is like then when an enemy goes out of range, you just pulling back and then keep comboing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's also one thing that makes Devil May Cry very prominent, and that's the Devil Trigger.
Yeah, although I actually don't abuse those as much.
Yeah, I don't abuse them as much. I pretty much use them for the boss fights.
Barely for the boss fights. Only when I'm playing Devil May Cry 4 and Nero, but when you like have an opportunity to grab the boss and make one of those stylish attacks.
Yeah.
Because if you go to his Devil Trigger mode and then do a grab, he does even more damage and it's more stylish than ever.
Oh yes. But it's always it's always cool to use that Devil Trigger when you're fighting against what's the name of the High Priest of the cult in Devil May Cry 4 when you're
Sanctus or something.
Yeah, Sanctus. When you grab him when he's kind of stumbled, and then you just see Nero just beating the crap out of him.
Yeah.
You can really rack up a really good stylish combo from doing that.
I hated that boss. That final part. It was just.
Final boss was total nightmare.
Well, final boss. Just when you fought the old guy in the giant statue.
Yeah.
It took me forever to get to beat him because to really do a damage you had to time in with your counter and make when he attacks you with this giant blade, and I was so bad at timing in that. I was either a split second too fast or I went too slow, and then I had to do it all over again because I was often very low in health.
This is how I can sum up Devil May Cry 4. You start from point A, and you make it all the way to point B, and then you make it all the way back.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the whole game.
And then you fight a giant statue.
Yeah. The statue fight was actually pretty cool. Well, when you're playing as Dante, even though it took very long to get through.
I hated that. It was a giant snore fest.
Oh yeah, you had to jump from platform to platform and such to try to find the perfect spots to attack the statue. But yeah, I agree that was tedious.
And when you fought as Nero, try to tell me that one.
Mm-hmm.
Although it was like two. You only had to counter it twice, but it was that windows was so small. It was barely you could. Then his hand grows into a giant, and it's like,
yeah.
Why can't I do that in the game? Because this is cutscene. You get cutscene powers.
Yeah, I mean,
every character seems to have that.
What?
Said every character seems to have cutscene power.
Yeah,
in Devil May Cry series, it is. Yeah.
It's kind of like in Donkey Kong Country Returns. Why can't you even use Diddy Kong's hover ability for longer than like 2 seconds?
Really I don't get it either. But the thing is that also when it comes to Devil May Cry is the cutscenes.
Oh yes.
They are awesomely choreographed, but also awesomely annoying because you know that you are never allowed to do this.
Yeah.
Because the game won't let you, because that's exclusively for cutscenes.
What was always so cool about the cutscenes is, at the end of the level, whenever you go into a cutscene, there's always that thing with the gunshots, coming at the screen. I always thought that was pretty cool to transition to the result screen of the level.
Yeah, to see if you win or fail.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we have another staple of the DMC, the ending credits where you fought against
Enemies.
enemies during the during when the credits rolled.
That was in Devil May Cry 3 and 4, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. 3, it's easy. 4, I had never managed to pull off the secret ending because of that.
Oh, I have.
Because most because you have to defend, and she just stands there, just like,
Yeah.
he's fighting for me. It's like, oh look, a giant axe is coming at me. It's not like I can move away. And you can't, and you have to do this for a minute. I mean, that minute, a minute's not long, but when you're doing that, it's taking forever.
Well, the thing is that with that thing that takes for a minute, I mean, you don't instantly kill the enemies right away, but once it gets closer, to the timer getting, down to the end, that's when you can actually do like one-hit kills on your enemies to finish them all off.
Yeah, I know, but it's just it's just annoying because instead of just having an awesome time during the credits and killing demons, you still have to protect at the same time.
Right.
I mean, compared to the third one, when even Lady did something in the game.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really cool moment where Dante and Lady fought against demons.
Yeah, but the 100th demon you fought against was pretty much the first boss in the game.
Yeah.
Which I then pwned, because I knew exactly how to beat
same
it.
Here.
Yeah. But
Same here.
Devil May Cry 4, guys, it's definitely another great entry, but...
So is the series in general, actually, except for the second game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then there's also coming out the reboot, but we'll have to reserve judgment to see how that does, but who knows.
And at
Yes,
moment,
it's gonna be
at the
Yes.
moment, everyone is pretty pissed at how Dante looks. It's understandable.
In the future, are we gonna have to axe the game? We just have to wait and see.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Devil May
pretty
Cry
much,
series in general?
pretty much all I
a
can
big
say.
thumbs up.
Right. All I can say is that I reckon most fans are going to ditch the reboot, buy the HD collection of Devil May Cry 1, 2, and 3, pick up a
Boycott
cheap
it.
copy of 4, and just go, Capcom, I'm playing it the way I should. Not.
Yeah, they're probably going to do that as a boycott effort.
Yeah.
Boycotts. That's a
don't
problem.
worry.
Gaming boycotts never work. So most people will be ending up buying the MC reboot anyway.
Yeah. Don't worry, listeners. We're not encouraging you to boycott. We're just simply making an analytical situation.
Yeah, we're just making a valid point.
I don't care. You can boycott whatever game you want, but you can even buy the game even if I don't gonna buy it. If you want to buy Street Fighter the Arcade Edition, go and buy it. I'm never touching it.
If you want to buy the version 2012 patch, go ahead, because I'm not
Go
going to
ahead.
buy it.
I'm not judging you. I'm just speaking with my wallet and telling Capcom,
Yeah.
I'm not buying more fighting games from you.
Yeah, I mean, if that's all you're going to go by, then you pretty much lost a faithful customer.
Yup.
Yeah, at least with their fighting games. I mean, I was kind of happy with the Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and then Ultimate announced a half a year later, and all the characters I want in the first one comes into this one. No, Capcom.
Yeah.
I'm not anymore. I'm not buying this one. I'm not going to buy the next one. I'm never buying a fighting game anymore from you.
Revive Mega Man Legends 3, give us another Mega Man X, and please make sure you go back to roots with the Resident Evil franchise from now on.
Yes.
Yes. Hold on. Can we now move from this to go to a game which incorporates fighting in a good way?
Yes, well, and I think
that's what we talk about.
that is a good segue, Omega, because we're now officially done talking about retro gems, and we definitely think that DMC still holds a really big place in our hearts, and we hope that there are going to be some good things to come out from that, franchise in the future, but we'll have to see. But we'll just have to wait and judge from the reboot when it releases. But anyway, I think it's now time to go on to the next segment, which is the big release.
The big release.
The big release.
Exactly. And this is where fighting is incorporated in a good way, because the biggest release from this past week was Batman Arkham City for the PS3 and the 360.
I'm the Batman.
Yeah, but it's Kevin Conroy doing the voice, so he doesn't really make that.
Okay, so what about this? I'm Batman.
Swear to me, because I'm the Batman.
Yeah.
I'm Batman.
I didn't really know anything. I swear to God. Swear to me! But yes,
because I'm the Batman.
Batman Arkham City, it's the official sequel to Batman Arkham Asylum, but
And it is awesome.
yes, it is really awesome. This game feels a little bit like a sandbox title, but still a pretty linear game. And I have to say, Arkham City is a lot more intricate than Arkham Asylum because it's a little bit tougher in terms of like some of the stuff that you do in terms of like the extra filler that they present and that stuff.
Yeah.
But Arkham City, I mean, it's a really, really dark and gritty game in terms of the story and the design, and it's just, and even Batman looks a lot more, just, looks a lot more
Beat up. How about that?
mangled and beat up, you know, during the game. But he still manages to maintain his persona as Batman. But yeah,
He's Batman.
yeah, he is Batman. But it's just it's really, really dark and gritty. I mean, kind of like you can compare the darkness and the gritty nature of Arkham City to the movie Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker. I mean, it's just that insanely, you know, brooding.
Yeah.
I am sad to say I can't really talk since I haven't bought the game, and I'm sad to say I cannot buy it. I'm not going to buy it.
Have you played Arkham Asylum though?
Yeah, I played Arkham Asylum. I loved Arkham Asylum.
But
It was
again,
good.
like...
Although
pretty-
the final boss, as everyone knows, is a giant disappointment.
Oh yes.
Yeah, speaking of boss battles, it seems that Rocksteady
fighting
apparently
the Hulk,
learned how to do boss battles this time around.
Oh, yeah.
Fighting the
Can we-
Joker Hulk.
Can we try and keep spoilers to a minimum?
Oh, don't worry. We're not. Why? You haven't even played Arkham Asylum?
Oh, Arkham Asylum, I've played a demo of, and I know that Rocksteady have made Arkham City to be far greater than Arkham Asylum, and judged by the sound of my friends, they all say they've succeeded. In other words, they've even surpassed Arkham Asylum.
Which was a great game.
Oh yeah.
Yes, gained a load of awards, so Rocksteady, my hat goes off to you guys.
Yeah, it's really
I
fun
also
because...
flip my hat if I had any.
Yeah. It's like one of the few... It's one of the, like, best comic games out there, and that is saying something, because most of the times, like, comic games or movie
Suck.
adaptations... Yeah, exactly, like, they are bad. They just are bad.
Superman
They're like-
N64.
Well,
Oh.
Batman Returns on the Super Nintendo was actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, like,
Or
they
what
were,
about-
they were
or-
good when developers still give the Dan, but nowadays they just are bad. They're like, well, just give this to these guys and hope that they do something good about it. Nope.
Or what about Batman on the NES?
Epic.
Epic. The music, epic.
Yes. It's like
but
it's
it
like
was
the only
made by Sunset.
superhero. The only superhero who has a good transition into video games aside from comics and movies and TV shows is Batman.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's lots of good Batman games out there, and Arkham City is definitely no exception.
Mm-hmm.
And the movie's also really good.
Oh, yeah, except for Batman and Robin.
Let's not bring that up, guys.
Yeah.
Bad credit card?
I'm sorry, but I've just eaten, so I don't really want to bring it back up.
Oh gosh, don't want to make you choke, man. So I mean, but seriously though, Bat credit card?
Oh, how about this one? What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age!
Oh yes, the Mr. Freeze pun. Freeze where? Stay cool. Let's kick some ice.
Or they went back to the 60s Batman shows with the whole scene.
Uh-huh. But there are lots of there are a lot more villains in Arkham City than there was in Arkham Asylum. I mean, some of those characters that you see from Arkham Asylum actually do make a comeback in Arkham City, but they're mostly cameos.
Too bad.
Yeah, it seems like they were more focused. You know, it seems like part of them were focused on characters that or enemies that did return, but they were a little bit more focused on newer enemies that you went up against.
I don't have any problems with that because if you're just going to see the old enemies again and again and again, that just becomes bad, really.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
I'm happy that they went with new villains, really. I mean,
Yeah.
it's fun. You get to see like Bane again and Poison Ivy. It's good that you get to see those again, but really, we want to see the new stuff. We want to see Two-Face and Penguin and Mr. Freeze and everyone.
And Ra's al Ghul, or Ra's al Ghul as they're calling him. I rather
Yeah.
call him Ra's al Ghul based on Batman Begins. It actually
Yeah,
sounds more decent than Ra's.
Mhm.
Sounds more evil as well.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. But speaking of the villains, all the villains, by the way, are great. There's no exception. But I found that every villain it sounds great. They are great. They just act like they were boss.
Mm-hmm. Voice acting is really top notch, like it was for Arkham Asylum. I mean, you have the return of Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill as the Batman and the Joker. And you actually have some pretty good modern-day voice actors voicing the Batman's villains. I mean, you have Nolan North playing the Penguin. You have, let's see, who else? You have Corey Burton playing Hugo Strange. And
We have whoever's playing. Wait, let me check it up. I know I had it somewhere. We have some really good guy playing. What is his face? Troy Baker.
Yeah, Troy Baker playing Harvey Dent. It's just, I mean, it's definitely
tails, kitty cat.
Yeah, definitely really good voice cast. I mean, that's one of the things with video games these days is that, well, mostly for like the Japanese games, but for Western games, it seems that voice acting becomes a really big priority within their games, and they have to make sure that the voice cast is top notch. And I think that's where Arkham Asylum and Arkham City really hits it well, because as long as you have Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill, then you know that the voice acting in those games are gonna be excellent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but again, everyone sounds great. Even the boy Wonder Robin sounds great, and that says something, really.
Yeah, he kind of sounded a little bit New Yorkish.
Yeah, but he doesn't sound like you would think like a kid. He just sounds like, well, dang, I get some respect for Robin for once.
Too bad Arlene Sorkin doesn't reprise her role as Harley Quinn. It's Tara Strong who takes her shoes and the character role.
Who's also, by the way, is voicing Twilight Sparkles in How I Missed in Friendship is Magic.
Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it.
Yes, folks.
Shut up,
yes, folks. Among everybody in the 4DS podcast, we actually do have a brony with us.
No!
I'm not those who goes to that extent. I'm just liking the show. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah,
And I was just
boys.
I was just hoping one of you would mention Harley, and so I can.
Okay, moving on, please.
Moving on, but I mean, the game itself, I definitely think it's a lot more expansive in terms of like the side questing and
there's a ton of side quests.
lots of Riddler trophies to collect or Riddler challenges, and a lot more side missions, and just lots of replay value to be had with that game. I definitely think it is the definitive Batman game of this generation. A lot more than Arkham Asylum.
To say, or put it this way, it's bigger, it's better than the first one.
And that is saying something.
It's one of those It's one of those games where you. It's one of those things where you have a first game where it starts off really well, but then when you bring up a sequel, it's much better. And it's one of those things that it's really hard for franchises to bring is a sequel that will surpass the original. I mean, the only last time that I've ever seen, well, the last 3 times where I've ever seen a sequel is more superior than the first movie was Aliens and Terminator 2 Judgment Day and The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, The Dark Knight was really good.
Yes. But all in all, Batman Arkham City, I definitely think it is a masterpiece in this generation for a Batman game, that is. And for those of you who have $60 or whatever you get in Europe or in Japan, then definitely give this a buy. But I know it's not out in Japan yet since it comes out in November. But yes, it's definitely worth a buy and definitely worth anybody's money when they pick it up. Whenever. Definitely good buyer this holiday season too.
Yep.
Sure is.
All right. So anyway, guys, it's time for us to get on to our favorite segment, the execution.
The execution.
And Omega, you wanted to introduce the game we're executing, and what is that game that we're going to be talking about today, good sir?
Yes, please tell us about it.
Well, for those in the know, when it comes to a franchise, they always love to do fighting games. And if you bought a special collector's copy of Sonic Gems Collection, you know what game we're on about. Yes, it's Sonic the Fighters.
No! No!
Oh my god!
Oh my god! I'm
God.
blinded from looking at that game. Just in my mind, I'm blinded.
I think I actually became stupid as I played that game.
Oh my gosh! I mean, the game itself, God, it looks terrible. I mean, it's just having Sonic characters in a fighting game, and it just doesn't really mesh that well.
No.
Yeah, I mean, at least that fighting game for Game Boy Advance, where Sonic, well, you had cards and stuff like that.
Yeah, Sonic Battle worked.
Oh yeah, Sonic Battle was definitely far more superior on the Game Boy Advance, but Sonic Fighters, no.
And what about all the characters that no one remembers?
Except for the Green Howard the Duck, who pretty much was funny for beating up Sonic whenever he got knocked down.
Being the dynamite, yeah, dropping bombs.
Yeah.
I got a bomb on you, Knuckles.
But they also had Fang the Sniper from Sonic Triple Trouble on the Game Gear.
In case you didn't get where that "I drop a bomb on you, Knuckles" line from, go watch Continue.
Yeah. they should be up on on normal boots, so be sure to check them out as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that.
Right. Let's go in order here. Double R, what do you think about the game?
Crap. That's all I gotta say.
Well,
I
that's
mean,
all
I've
about
seen
it.
it at an
Goodbye,
arcade.
people.
I've seen the game at an arcade. Really, there was an arcade version of this game, and just looking at it, I'm like, "What is this?" And I thought it looked awesome at first, but then after I learned about how notoriously bad the game was, then I just kind of went by that standard from now on. And even looking at the top 5 best and worst Sonic games from Screw Attack, I was like, "Oh man." I was really, really stupid for thinking it looked awesome back then. I mean, I'm just going to stay away from it big time. I mean, I was even one of those people who thought that Shaq Fu looked awesome until much, much later, when people started to heavily bash that game. I just kind of went, with that moral by what they were going by.
Yeah, one question. How much were they charging a play on that machine? Can you remember?
I'm sure it was quarter operated.
Ah, well, that'd be... As long as it weren't anything more, then I wouldn't gladly feel ripped off.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Dude, I just feel ripped off even if I would emulate it.
But we don't support emulation, but...
Yeah, so...
Of course not. Of course not, but...
Yeah, but... Hold on. I think you could go by if you played it on Sonic Gems Collection.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Well, the thing is, if at least there you had, say, a CD as a thing to console yourself when you played the Sonic the Fighters.
Right.
Yeah, which is coming out later this year on Xbox Live Arcade. Sonic CD, sure.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Hold
Definitely
on,
need to do a live commentary LP on Sonic CD.
Okay, my turn. What can I say about this? It's an awful game. I only played it twice. I only played it 2 times, and it was one on the Gems collection. Another time was also on the Gem collection because I just want to see if I Most because the second time when I showed a friend of mine of how awful that was, and I never touched that again. Was because it was ridiculously easy to just spam a move.
Yeah,
it was
very
so
sad.
yeah. I don't really have much to say about that.
So you just pretty much saw it for what it was, and then you just hated it.
Well, I did play it more than one time.
You played it, but it was pretty abysmal.
It was abysmal, and I'm glad I did not at least put in quarters for that to play this.
Yeah. Carlio?
Yeah.
Give your take on Sonic the Fighters.
If you can.
Oh, it looks horrible. It looks really choppy for being what the console it is, like GameCube and PlayStation 2 era. It looks extremely choppy, and also the final battle. Spoilers, by the way, if you ever plan on playing this game, the final boss battle.
No, there's no spoilers involved in this, so...
Yeah, it's a fighting game. You don't really expect much in terms of spoilers.
Yeah, but sure, if you beat... Okay, so basically, if you beat... first of all, you have to beat every character with every... You basically have to beat every character fluently, if I understand correctly, and without taking any damage. Then you get to go to the special stage where you fight Metal Sonic, defeat him, then you fight Dr. Eggman. You have 15 seconds to complete the task to get a good ending. Be my guest. Defeating an enemy on 15 seconds. Isn't that a little bit too much to require of the player much, please?
No, it's possible if you beat every character without losing a round, and then the second fight after you beat Metal Sonic first, and then you can go Super Sonic. I'm sure it's
but I'm not saying it's not possible, but I've seen the final boss fight against him, and it looks... I mean, he was on 1 second away from almost failing it. I mean, Jesus Christ.
I did
annoying. Yeah, but still... I mean, you have to be really good at fighters, which I'm not. But
you can. I'm sorry, but you. No, it doesn't matter how good you are at fighters. This game you can't really be good at. You're just mashing a button, hoping you win.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I haven't seen the gameplay. I haven't really seen gameplay of it. But if it's just, well, then it's just, I suppose, a beat 'em up game, isn't it? Just mashing one
seems
button.
more beat 'em up than fighting.
Well,
It's a beat 'em up, but in a ring. That's it.
Beat 'em up with pre-Power Stone elements, but no weapons to help you out.
And
beat 'em up in a ring against one character. Failure.
My take on this is that it's pretty not much what I really don't like a Sonic spin-off to be, and that's just completely making it able to punch obscure characters. I mean, Bean the Dynamite, Bark the Polar Bear.
Polar bear?
Yeah.
A polar bear, huh?
Yeah, just when you can get worried about polar bears drowning in the Arctic waters from climate change, in Sonic the Fighters, you're beating one up.
That's animal abuse right there. You're hurting something that's about to be extinct in the next 40 years.
Yeah.
Or what's next? God damn it! I have one.
I mean,
Timmy the White Tiger.
What?
Oh, and what's even worse is that there's only one female character in Sonic the Fighters, Amy Rose. Poor girl. It's such a sausage fest.
Oh, my God.
Aha, dirty oaks.
Yeah.
Dang me.
So, in my opinion, it's a secret love, but it's not really what it shouldn't be. If you're a fan of Sonic, you're like, yeah, it's a Sonic game, I like it, but sometimes it can leave a bit of a bad taste in your mouth. And you know what? Personally, Double R, hope you don't mind me saying this, but I really call for this to be executed.
Finish him!
Yeah.
Decapitation!
Yes. Sonic the Fighters gets executed, and that was a really tough one to come by. I mean, it was you brought up some really bad memories there, Omega.
Well, that's why it's had to be executed, and we did that with Sonic 06 in episode 1. So
Yeah, we really tested your fanboyism, so...
Yeah.
Just keep on testing his fanboyism. Soon he'll actually hate Sonic.
Next time we'll go to Sonic Labyrinth. How about that?
How about Sonic R?
Yeah, that too.
Right, Sonic R, no problem. Labyrinth can go suck it and be executed.
Okay. Anyway, guys, it's now time for us to get on to our last segment, and that is the video game playground.
The video game playground.
Yes, this is where it all comes down, people.
Yes,
Fun
indeed.
stuff.
Yay!
But
Happy time.
For me, I've been playing Batman Arkham City this whole week, so I haven't really had anything else to play that was different or anything like that. So I'm good as I am. So, anybody want to go first and talk about what they've been playing?
Sure.
Sure,
Well,
you've been playing Arkham City a lot too, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. But I haven't only played Arkham City. I've been playing Spin
Arkham City.
Sprint. Which is, by the way, you should totally check out the Flash game called Spin Sprint. It is crazy. It's actually probably my favorite so far of the Flash games I had to play for Titanium Metal Flash Gaming.
Oh,
Hells
cool.
yeah. Yeah, it's really fun actually.
I really
I'm
need to go
surprised,
back and
how-
play Super Mario Crossover.
Oh yeah,
That
totally.
game is fun.
Yeah.
Best game
I
ever.
always pick Raya Hayabusa because I like the gameplay of that, and I'm kicking ass with him.
Mhm.
I also need to play that Fancy Pants Adventures PSN download.
Oh yeah, that was pretty fun actually. Fancy Pants, the trial anyway.
Yeah. But
Pretty
how
fun.
is the one that you're playing right now?
Spin Sprint.
Yeah, Spin Sprint.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty fun. It's crazy because basically the game goes basically the game's area spins around the time. So suddenly, besides from running right, you're suddenly running on the wall. I mean on the roof, back to the other side. Then comes a wall. I mean, it's pretty easy once you learn the controls, but still, unless it lags for you, which it kind of does for me. But still, I mean, it's still a pretty fun game, and it's rad as hell.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and also Arkham City, and yeah, as I said before, everyone is awesome, especially Penguin. Penguin is probably my favorite character after Joker, of course.
Mr. Cobblepot.
Wakey, wakey, Brucey boy!
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
you remember me? I'm.
Yeah, like I
I'm
said, I was
obligated.
I was surprised that Nolan North voiced his character. So yeah, he had a
Yeah,
pretty
he
good
sounds
English accent.
he sounds like such a douchebag. It's so fun.
Ah, okay. All right, Bad Gamer, what have you been playing?
Well, as I said earlier, I've been playing Dark Souls, Rage, and I played a bit of Dead Rising 2 off the record.
How is Dark Souls?
Try
I
to
think the
explain
little
it.
walls of
explain Dark
silence says it
Souls.
there.
Yeah, not in a bad way. It's more like it's you really need to play this game, even if it's it's hard.
No doubt.
Is it hard? Is it harder than
Predecessor?
Demon Souls predecessor? Not to me actually. I've come.
look who's being all
for me-
smug now.
You actually find
me-
Demon Souls to be a lot more harder than Dark Souls?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
That can't be
That-
good because I heard that
No,
Dark
no, no,
Souls
no.
was actually supposed to be a lot harder than Demon
It,
Souls.
don't get me wrong. It's still hard. I have died numerous times of traps, misplaced jumps,
How far you
fighting.
got into the game?
I beat 2 bosses,
Oh my gosh.
and I've been playing for 7 hours. And I have just to give you, I can just give you a visualization. Let me just tell you how my first moment was. I start the game. I picked my character's a thief. because I get a master key. The master key basically makes me be able to open anything that is not plot related.
Okay.
Unless you need a certain key to go to a certain place. If it's just a normal door, then that key will open it without fail. I played the game. I died 2 times during the introductional stage where you learn the ropes of the game. And then I kicked a giant monster thing. Can't really explain what it is because it's...
Yeah, I really like the design of the monsters, especially the bosses.
Oh yeah, those are really good. And I then off to where my soul is going to die. And when you come there, you have 3 places to go. You have straight forward, to your right, or down from where you start. Straight forward, bunch of skeletons, kick your ass. Go down, you have some normal enemies. Then you go a bit far in, ghost, kick your ass. Go right, you have a bunch of skeleton knights. Not really hard, but still kick your ass. And so basically I was stuck there for an hour, went up, managed to get past, fought a giant rat.
Oh, that must have been pretty interesting.
Not really, it's like a big ass pony.
Oh.
Not, and then I continue on and fought my first, as I would say, official boss, because the first one is more an introduction boss. It's still hard, but man, I had to at least go 10 times, and I was always short on potions. This game is hard, where you really need to go slow. You can't rush into things because you will die. The good part is it's beautiful. It looks beautiful. It's when you've been like in a dark part very often, then you get out and you see the sun. It's like really, wow. You really get to feel this claustrophobic at certain times. Then you see this sun. Like, yes, I'm out. What's now going to kill me?
It's very cool.
The sun comes down just like in Super Mario Brothers.
Oh yes, that son was a jerk.
Douche. And it's one of the most beautiful games I've seen. But many people says it isn't as beautiful as Demon's Soul. I gotta agree with that. That's mostly because also of the 360. They had to scale it down a bit.
Oh, I see.
Which can be, but it's still a high level of detail on so much on weapons, on areas, on even regular enemies, which can also kick you.
Oh yeah.
Curb.
So overall, Dark Souls, you definitely give it your 2 thumbs up.
Oh yeah, and I also recommend that even if it's hard and for those who are up to a challenge, buy it. And and another thing, the music is amazing. Even though it's only 23 tracks and it's basically one for boss. The boss is not the only one who gets music. Most of them are amazing. I even bought the limited edition. I haven't listened to the soundtrack. I'm still listening to it.
Okay. Your quick 2 cents on Dead Rising 2 off the record. How is that?
Okay, off the record, it's Frank West instead of Chuck Green.
Okay, and Rage?
Where's the story? What am I doing? Why am I doing this? Oh, okay. And I'm basically almost done.
Ah, I see. Okay, Omega, your turn.
Well, mostly I've been on the Sonic Generations demo, as you already know. Loving the fact that we got to play Modern Green Hill, although I was hoping for another teaser of a level, like Rooftop Run or something.
Did they fix classic Sonic's controls? Because that was the problem I had with the first demo. Because I know they said that the demo was not in its final state, you know, in terms of the polish and the controls and whatever.
Well, there are a little things different on the second demo compared to the first, and I kind of noticed this because when I posted a run of Classic Sonic at 49.75,
right,
there's a little bit I did where I spin dashed on the final corkscrew.
Okay.
In other words, what I've nicknamed the slippery spin dash.
Oh yeah.
Can't do that.
Oh no.
So if anyone's trying to get a under 50-second run, you got to find a different route. So I need to clear that up in my YouTube upload after this episode's recorded.
Good luck.
Okay.
Then I've been playing on. I tried on live. Tried it out, and I played a bit of Fear 3.
Ooh, how's that?
Exactly how I remember Fear. Fear 1 and 2 scared me out of my pants. Fear 3, Alma, I don't know how you do it, but you scared me a third time.
Oh man.
Even the first one is actually scary. I haven't played myself. I will.
Makes me want to watch the Rooster Teeth Machinima Panics again.
I have not watched that.
Yeah, the first Fear Machinima or whatever.
Yeah, to promote it, much like they did with Strangerhood for The Sims 2.
Yeah, I miss the Strangerhood.
Let me tell you about the on live. Before they launched it here in the UK, they only had it in US.
Right.
So when I signed up with all my gamer tag, blah 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 blah, and then I went to log in, and it said you are logging into the US account on the UK site. Switch to the US. Oh darn! So I had to. So I tried it, see if on live was as good as I know it.
Right.
And then in the end, I was like, "Oh rats! I'm on a US account. So if I want to stay on live, I need to get a UK one." But what I did was email support and went. I used this before the UK came out, so I can secure my gamer tag because it's not on because it's on my Xbox and someone's using it on the PSN because I got a PSN late and couldn't use the gamer tag. So then I got an email from support saying, "Oh, we've managed to migrate it." So I was like, "Sweet!" So I've got me on live sorted out now, and
that's good to hear
for UK.
That's very good.
Yeah, it was actually quite a quick response. So if you do have any on live trouble, people, get old support and you would be swiftly dealt with and stuff, much like Steam's.
So you like OnLive's service?
Yeah, it's actually not a bad service, although there could be some problems with console to the PC, but that's kind of the little start bit, you know, when a service is just new.
Right.
But aside from that, it's actually a decent service and I recommend it. If you don't want to buy games, or you don't have a console and you can't really afford one, but have like a PC or a laptop, as long as you've got Pixel Shader 2 and a sufficient internet connection, sign up to OneLive. It's for free. And then UK, depending on the game, you can rent it for 3 days. They're like £4.
Okay.
I think it was like something like dollars for US and whatever. You can rent it for that period, play the multiplayer, play the single player for that period. Or then you can own said game for how much they charge on there. Just hopefully you won't hear too much people in the background going. You
have to pretty much do it from a hotel room.
Yeah.
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 Okay, guys. I think that will go ahead and that will conclude this episode of the 4DS Audio Podcast. And we'd like to thank you all for coming on this episode today. I am Double RPG, and signing off we have...
BadGamer.
Carlio.
And Amiga Mario.
Well, at least we did that good.
Yeah.
So, any plugs before we go?
Yeah, not me, but to all the listeners out there, spread the word of this show.
Please, I'm begging you.
We all beg you. We want to have more recognitions.
Yeah, we do, and I'm still waiting for Got Game to get back in touch with me so we can get, so we can get our show up, and then we can get it up on iTunes, so that way we can get the recognition to go up even further. But yeah. We'll hopefully get some more recognition soon enough.
It's not that we don't like our regular listeners, all 5 of you. I don't know how many there are out there.
Those who listen, we thank you.
Yeah,
we thank you. We thank you that you listen to 4 guys just rambling about and sometimes talk over each other.
Yeah, I mean, it's just if you listen to the show, that means you're supporting us. I think that's the thing that they need to know right there.
And if I could, I would high five every one of you who listen to this.
Internet high five. How about that?
Yes.
Oh, you.
Okay. I don't have anything to plug, so except for the first episode of the Kingdom Hearts Let's Play I'm doing is debuting this Monday.
Sweet.
Yes. Definitely.
Oh yeah, I got one. Buy Dark Soul.
Buy Dark Souls, and be sure you buy Batman Arkham City if you haven't. And
if you don't, we'll get you.
If you don't, then
Father will.
No, the Joker will come and get you.
Oh yeah.
Batman will come up to you.
Oh yeah, Batman will be bad too. So
he will scare
it would be
you,
more of a
and he will
hero and
interrogate
villain
you.
collaboration to get you all to buy the game. All right. Anything from you, Omega?
Yeah, I'm deeply in work of this top 20 Sonic levels over the past 20 years video, which I am not going to put on YouTube. I would love to, but I might promote it on YouTube. I might be putting it on Blip, like in 2 parts.
Okay, cool. And anything from you, Carlio?
No, not really.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I did a review of Kingdom Hearts Recoded. If you want to see it, I suppose I could find a link somewhere. But yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, guys, we all once again we'd like to thank you for listening to this episode, and we'll be back next week as we deliver you more gaming goodness. So we shall see you next week on the 40S Audio Podcast. This is RPG signing off. Later, guys.
Bye, guys. Later.
Have fun.
Goodbye and good gaming.
We will see you next week.
Yeah.